To protect the innocent and oppressed is the most powerful form of investing your soul and mind and body. Therefore, this painting is of the dragon of what? Justice. Your death will be honorable toward the ones you have perverted. You know, when I refer to like do deeds without the expectation of any reward, especially if you're a Christian, do deeds without the expectation of even going to heaven. Just because I don't worship and just because I don't give my soul to the God of the Bible, if it's all true, I get to go to hell, which means what? I get to provide justice toward all those wicked perverters, all those people that torture the innocent, sexually molested, uh, all those sexual offenses. I get to bring liberation and justice to their victims by massacring these people beyond the flesh in their realm. Therefore, why would I be wicked because I'm around wickedness? I'm not wicked now. Therefore, all that stuff of heaven and hell is within you. From one point, moment to moment, you choose whether you want to bless people or sacrifice people. And you know everything you want to do because that inner voice within and that conscious is always trying to seek to reach the surface of a hardened heart. Now, to return to your infancy means to maximize this form of communication that you possessed, that's of the divinity of your divine self, that you were so tuned in as a child because your faith was undeniable and you're completely committed and you had no hesitation. Just look at babies. Look how they act. They're very, very committed. What they mean, they say. Portal of war. This is coming out of the Taotaomona tree. You know, people can vibrate into a frequency and walk through walls. It's possible. You have to be very honest and genuine with yourself and be very content yet powerful within. That way the flesh has no limitation to carry the spirit and flesh together through man-made items, natural items, literally walking through walls, trees, and moving to the next realm. AI is trying to produce this within its own configuration and mindset, you know, um, but your spirit will always be powerful than any form of machine. Remember that, because nanotechnology is coming to destroy. The dilemma of the flood, this is tight. Gotta look at this, man. Like, why would God decide to destroy the world? I don't believe in any of that, really. I only believe the selfless teachings that are in the Bible, and I don't worship nobody, and I don't give my soul to no one. Therefore, I am what? One. And I do not do great deeds for any reward or expectation of even a simple thank you. But look at this. Look at that character. The dilemma. Why would I destroy the people just because they chose wickedness? Where are the examples that the Creator has set amongst the people by destroying them and not embracing them and teaching them and emphasizing maybe that should be more important than destroying or dividing yourself. That is a powerful, powerful, powerful image right there. Passage to Bethlehem. Check it out. They say Gaza is the weather of California, very beautiful and awesome. That whole area, Israel, Middle East, is very exotic. It's cooler than the islands, but very similar to California weather, Southern California. To me, that's Jesus and Mary already walking together. How many times has this man disappeared in his life? He disappeared when he was a child. He disappeared, then he came back at 33. Some people claim he went to India and learned, and he went to the school of ancient Kemet, Egypt. He learned all the secrets of the world, the secrets of meditation, frequency, the secrets of healing, the practice of fasting, all these beautiful things. Here he's escaping with Mary. This is not about the crucifix. This is what he really did. He survived and left and escaped once more. Check out the disciple. Boom. This guy is badass. Straight out of the Taotaomona tree, what they call the banyan tree. Another portal where this man has allowed his spiritual conscious to materialize into a gatsum, which is a spiritual helper. It's always above him. When they say you never walk alone, you don't have to worship anyone, but apply the selfless teachings of your ancestors. Therefore, you will never be alone. Powerful. Kava Aloha. Look how beautiful that jungle looks. Kava. The Kava goes at the bottom. And then look at the awareness that Kava brings with the eyes. There's an entity here as well as a person. And it's the house. King and queens of the lords. To relax is the Kava. To share is the Kava. To be one with yourself is to what? Kava. I don't recommend that for everyone, but look into it. Because people that drank that Kava, they've done it so much that now they don't ever drink it again. It creates organ problems and things like that for them. Looking back to find the way forward. Trade what can be bought, trade what can't be bought or sold. Yet what must be given or received. Stay in union with the elders from surrounding shores to confirm the strength and power and unity to provide prosperity to the generations before and after. Once more with the awakening of the Kava, the all-seeing eye within the Kava. Very beautiful. As well as our man. That's the portal. Tuna stick. My tunas is carved to identify me, which is a stick. From the Anta clan. I place my tunas in the hut of the woman I love. If she doesn't accept, we remain anonymous to save face of rejection. She accepts and pulls me in her hut. This is Chief Gadao on his carabao. Check this man out. This is the chief of Guahan, ancient time of Guam. Supposedly he is so powerful that he could paddle a canoe and split it by just paddling. This guy went around Guam so many times in minimum effort paddling. But check out Chief Gadao. Look at Gadao's cave, Gadao, in Guahan, Guam, what you guys call. Blood of the Spanish galleon. See the ship? And the steer and the chaos it brings like a nuclear explosion filled the waters with blood. Because what are they doing? Creating tyranny and oppression throughout the whole entire world. Not liberation. Through who? Being vessels of the king and queens that sold their soul for the chest. Check this guy out. This is some badass shit right here. Pack Reaper. Yeah. Do not speak your word. Do not break your word, especially with me. Do not break. Keep it. Debt collector. Sitting on this throne of misery. Enslaved by his wicked conscience that dictates to him what he does. All the gold and fine jewelry and turbans and royal beard is nothing compared to a pure person. This guy strives to be material, to materialize perfection, but he lost his soul. Therefore, he is nowhere and enslaved. This right here is the first Martian of Mars. The first death on Mars will be because of the war machine. It will all continue. Nothing will stay the same. You know what I mean? Everything remains the same because guess who's going there? The war machine is going there. So. But in ancient times, when Mars was like Earth, this Martian visited Mars and planted and showed the people and warned them about the temptations of greed. Therefore, the destruction of their own habitat occurred. And he got this Sanai right there around his neck, which is a clamshell. The giant clamshell Guahan. Tears of a Clown. This was dope. Spray paint, acrylic, and what? Pastels. Eyes are bleeding black because his tears are not truly of joy. He's made a mockery of his life. Therefore, he's dressed in a costume because of regret. And now he's with makeup on his face and extreme impressions to hide what he's denying in his life, which is his true direction and true nature, which is to be one. This is called, when you capture a spirit, you can place him in the mirror, but make sure that mirror reflection possesses your soul. A lot of people can look in the mirror and their soul is gone. Make sure when you look in the mirror, your soul is intact. Now this is a different person when he looks in his mirror. A headhunter's there. The teacher of sacrifice, the teacher of division, the teacher of wickedness, the teacher of eating the flesh, the first savage. When that person looks in the mirror, that's what they see. Yes, there's a lobster there at the center of his face around the skull, but that lobster is just a distraction. Warden's assassin. This guy's badass too. All my uncles and my father got out. Multi-life sentences. They do what they choose to do and they get out. Not even El Chapo could do shit like that. And he got billions. But more than likely, El Chapo's in prison to protect himself and to live longer because he became a CIA agent. Therefore, they can control the drug trade of the Sinaloa in the areas of Guadalajara and get the inside knowledge of how to possess the people in a negative way. Vader's spirit. This is dope. Just look at it. Vader standing with his shoulders. He's being enlightened to awaken, knowing that he has twins of righteousness, but he's cloaked in black due to his decisions. Although he knows Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker will succeed, but he can't. The flesh of greed and wickedness is too powerful. Therefore, he only can embrace the light and not be of the light. The living Amakua, the living spirit. This is beautiful right here. So what you want? What you want? Yeah. The call. Temptations at your footsteps, at your doorstep, fingertips. Temptations within your flesh. You just have to master it. Use your hate to hate the prejudice within yourself. If you must hate, you must be wicked. Protect the innocent, oppress. Soon, after you get tired of using wickedness for good deeds, you'll be able to summon adrenaline at what?